being divided, and it continues to be divided. Divided over silly things, like where do you live? Where do you work? Where did you attend school? This morning's topic is prejudice. We heard a lot about prejudice since the Zimmerman trial, but Michelle has not heard anything to address what's at the heart of the issue. That's because it starts with you, and you, and you. The title of her speech, It's Not Worth It. Please welcome Toastmaster Michelle Getman.
Have you ever been incorrectly judged? Yep. I think it happens. Sometimes we're on the receiving end, and sometimes we are the one that have the prejudices that just get in the way. That's my topic today, prejudice. We've heard a lot about it, but what is it really based on? Could it be where someone lives? Or do you form an opinion because of a car that they drive? Maybe their place of employment. Or we just had this morning the choice of school. A room divided. Or is it based on ethnicity? I'd like to share with you two stories. The first in which I experienced prejudice myself, and the second in which I had prejudices against someone else that were unmerited. The first story takes me back to Daytona. That's where I grew up. It was awesome. Who wouldn't want to live a few miles from the beach, right?
Right.
Very good. I think I had a normal childhood. Had my mom and my dad. It was myself and my little bratty brother. We lived in a 3-bedroom, 1-bath mobile home. I know. The shame.
Oh.
A 1-bathroom. Has anybody else ever lived in a 1-bath dwelling? Never again. Ever. That was enough for me. However, that was more my issue, the 1-bathroom. Other people had an issue with the fact I lived in a mobile home. There wasn't anything I could do about that, but the kids at school didn't think that was too cool. I thought my house was a really fun house to hang out. We had a pool, and we lived right next door to the drive-in. Who remembers the drive-ins? I've seen Smokey the Bandit 50 times. How about you? And as fun as that was, do you know what they really missed out on? Being friends with me. Even as a young girl, I still had a lot to offer. I considered myself a good friend, I was a good listener, and I was loads of fun to hang out with. I mean, come on, can you just imagine? But still, they made that decision based on where I lived, not who I was. Let's fast forward a few years. I'm 32, and this really cute guy asks me out. I said no. I did. I had to. He had 3 strikes against him. The first was he was a client. It's a bad idea to date clients. Very bad. The second, he was quite a bit older. In fact, he was 8 years older than I am. That's a lot. He was 40. Old dude. And the third strike against him, he had kids.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Kids. I know. 3 major strikes. Now, let's take a look at this. I had never dated anybody who was a client. I had never dated anybody who was older than me. And I had never dated anybody with kids. And I was willing to say no based on what?
Prejudice.
Judgment factors. You were smart.
Even though I didn't have any of these experiences, I did have one friend who was dating somebody who had kids. And you know what? It was not going well for him at all. I was the one on the receiving end of the line where he was sharing all the shenanigans that were going on. I'm like, dude, what are you thinking? Get out of there. But that was not my experience. That was his experience. So you know what I did? I married him. And you know what I found out? He's not so old. He's actually a lot of fun. However, if I would have stuck to my guns, those are pretty big strikes, if I do say so. If I would have stuck to what I believed in, I would have missed out on the best part of my life. The kids, they're amazing. Last week was my birthday. I got calls from 3 out of the 4 kids. The one who didn't know him, he's in Portland, he didn't know it was my birthday. The only reason why the 2 boys knew, the youngest, they saw it on Facebook. I mean, isn't that really how news gets around these days?
That's true.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
If you've ever experienced prejudice yourself, I am truly sorry. There's no room in our society for this, because it's usually based on nothing. However, if you yourself are holding on to prejudices, maybe because of where someone lives, throw it away. Maybe you're looking and you see a car that somebody's driving. It's really not quite a really nice car, and you come to judgment on that person. There's no room for that either. Throw that away. Maybe where somebody works. Again, why? It's not worth it. Although it is a lot of fun, it is a lot of fun to razz others in the school in which they went to. But come on, give them kudos. That's hard. Higher education is very difficult. Give them all the merit that they deserve. And if you have any prejudices in your heart in reference to ethnicity, please bury them, get rid of them. We're all equal in God's eyes. Instead, go out and experience what life has to offer. Experience the differences that we all have. I invite you to go out there and be bold, be brave, and be not afraid. Mr. Toastmaster.